July 10th, workout breakdown, leg strength month, still cardio and arm day. You're going to see multiple cardio and arm days this month, just how it plays out. It works better. I think they pair together very, very well. Arm day is a muscular group that we just don't need. It doesn't necessarily need its own day, which is why you don't see it that frequently. Like it's so supplemental. There's so many different ways you can target it on a secondary level. And then putting it with cardio is just, they mesh together very, very well and simplistic. So I had mentioned in the prior video that Monday and Friday are both going to be volume days. This one is Friday. Like I said, definitely a volume day. We are targeting running here to say the least, and then these trisets. So these setups are great. Like I love doing these setups on a personal level, like actually physically doing them. They tend to go by pretty quickly. You guys can choose whether you want to start a 1500 or 1,000 meter run based off of your ability and your conditioning levels. Maybe you're just on a time crunch, who knows? Obviously down by 300 if you're doing 15 and down by 200 if you're doing the 1,000. And then once you finish the run, you're going to go into like these little trisets. You're going to do this tricep of biceps, broken up by a 20-second bike at max, and then a tricep of triceps, tongue twisters. And then you'll go right back to the top of the run, and you're going to do your best to try to get through as much of this 5 rounds as possible. I know people always ask the question, like, is this even possible to finish? A lot of times I think that question is fairly irrelevant. It just comes down to, the person, the numbers you're choosing, how aggressively you're going through it. But I will say I do think this is pretty easy to finish. If you just do the math on the running and clock that out, you don't really need to rush through the lifts to see yourself finishing this or getting awfully close to finishing it. But again, pretty irrelevant. Like I'm not overly concerned. I don't really write many workouts that are based off of like having to finish, like to get the value out of them. So these trisets, as a lot of you guys know, even doing 4 rounds of a triset is quite a bit. So if you're getting through 4 rounds of this, like you're doing really, really good. And there's a good chance that when we get to July 10th and you actually get into the workout, that this is going to say 4 to 5 rounds instead of 5 rounds as I speak it into reality here. But again, you're going to really need to pay attention to the running. Like the running is going to be something that you're going to want to obviously do well on, but at the same time, you're going to need the break of the running before you move back into these trisets. These trisets are going to be incredibly taxing. It's going to be insane in terms of the lactic threshold that you're going to hit. I think round 1, you're going to feel this pretty immediately. And the thing is, like that bike is not going to help you get over the lactic threshold at all. So that bike at max has a lot of flexibility in it. And I just, I feel redundant sometimes saying what max is. Max is just relative to the circumstances, what's around it, what you're trying to achieve. And it gives you guys the flexibility to, pick whatever it is that allows you to hopefully achieve whatever it is you're trying to achieve. So, if you want to sprint that bike and you're using baby weights on the trisets and they're easy for you to get through and you're not overly concerned and maybe you're just aiming for the volume and the pace kind of game, then you could do that. And you probably won't be overly affected by it, although the run probably will be pretty challenging if you do a 20-second max bike and you get through those trisets extensions quickly. The point is that you can do whatever you want to do with that bike. And again, if maybe you're only aiming for 4 rounds and you want to take a minute off of the bike before you start the tricep extension, like these are things you guys can do on your own, which is the beauty of how these workouts are written and how you guys are structured within the gym. So again, just wanted to show you Monday and Friday to give you an idea of what's coming. You can kind of plan for it and you can decide what you want to do before you enter the building.